Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What up, though? What up, though, y'all? We back in the building. We back with another episode of The Ladies Room.
Yes.
Hey, y'all. We got my girl, Haley.
What's up?
We got, y'all know the one and only
Did you have to sing?
Mark D.
Yes.
Yep, I'm here. What's happening?
He always dibbling, dabbling. But what up? Before we got started, Mark was just telling me how I don't be loud enough. And we went to Specs Howard, and I'm supposed to.
Now you got to see. Here you go.
And he want to say that I don't be hype enough, so I'm gonna try to get hype. You know.
No, you be you. We just want you to project
time.
so you can be heard because you talk real soft on the mic.
Right,
so we
Miss
just want
Engineer.
you. And then if you have the mic way over here or down here,
that's just my voice.
That's just how we. Whatever
Bro,
Sierra said.
That's just how we roll. I don't know if I like that song, honestly. I appreciate the collab though. But anyway, how y'all feeling today?
Man,
what's new? It's been a heck
it's
of
Thursday.
a week.
It's almost Friday.
Too bad it ain't Friday.
it's Friday Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, Thirsty Thursday.
Thank you for playing. Hey, T-Boss.
We love you, T-Boss, always. Thank
But
you
y'all
for the
been-
support.
I want to know, before we get into the topic, where do y'all get y'all news from?
Me.
Crime in the D.
Period. I'm slipping on the
Because I don't watch
the applause, but yeah.
I don't watch TV though, so it's gonna be the internet for sure. Social media.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean social media. You know, what I mean that's even with me being a source for news. You know what I mean, social media is where I get the majority of my information from, whether it be stuff that's breaking news or people come to me with the information. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, when you look at the news, 75% of the stuff that you see on the news comes from social media. If it's not world news, you know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that they talk about in regards to the community or stuff that's going on with people is either stuff that sometimes is already reported on social media or there's regular police crime police reports and stuff like that, but
It's just so depressing, but I still would rather know and be kind of sad about at least what's going on than not know what's going on.
So I used to follow Crime in the D. I had to unfollow them because, for one, it was a lot of sad stuff, but two, they started getting off subject. Like, they was on there selling washing machines and stuff, and I'm like,
well, the thing about it is, once you accumulate that following, you start getting excuse me, I'm burping. I was drinking this Verner's and shit from Michigan.
Okay, period.
So once you accumulate a following, you'll start to get propositioned by people. You start to get offers from people who say, "Hey, can you post this for me?" No different than me. Like people have paid me to post different things. In fact, that's one of the services that I offer. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'll be up there in a minute, man.
Hey.
All right.
but yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the services that we offer. You know what I mean? As far as promotional posts. So when it comes to stuff like that, why turn down the money? Why not make the money? Especially when it's maybe or maybe not the page is monetized as far as the content and the views and whatnot. Like it's why not turn it's advertising, it's ads. No different than you don't turn off the news and a commercial come on, right? You don't turn off your favorite show. So that's basically a social media form of a commercial.
And then you never know. Somebody might end up looking on there and be like, wow, I do need a washing machine.
I mean, that's the whole point of it, right? You have that many people following. Somebody may need this service or this product that you're offering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then, just on a lighter note, like, it's still news, just like when they just had posted on the internet about that thing they had downtown around Campus Marshes. You bring your kids there and go sledding and or whatever. I forgot what it was called. But, they got fillers, they got positive stuff that's going on in the city. It don't got to always just be negative. Somebody getting shot or something, It can be, oh, hey, we got a festival down here. It's free. Bring your kids. This is the time and the days that we're having it. So
Yeah, like I
or furniture, Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to put up a tax thing, too. Like, oh, need to file your taxes. File with so-and-so company.
I guess they want to show.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's just advertising. Yeah, granted, it's a washing machine, but you know, it could be some of anything that they could have posted. I mean, I've seen them run plenty of ads for I can't even remember the name, and I probably shouldn't shout them out specifically right now, but like a corned beef spot. It's always selling sandwiches. You know what I mean? So it's you know, it's money out there to get.
Hey,
Hello.
I guess I can't knock it then. But so I just remember growing up and it being like 3 news sources, 2, 4, and 7.
2, 4, and 7.
Yeah.
That's what all we had was TV to rely
And
on.
now the internet
Now we have
is
the internet
yeah.
as its own platform. You know what I'm saying? Reliable more so than television.
Yeah. And so with that being said, our topic for tonight is kind of like a touchy subject, but we want to talk about the fact that domestic violence has been trending lately.
Oh boy, has it been.
Yeah.
So I don't know which story we want to start with, Haley.
I mean,
We got to start with the elephant in the damn room, man.
that was recent.
We got to start with the elephant in the room, man.
Okay, so
And or the elephant in the city
yeah.
right now.
So
No.
you posted it on your page.
Yeah, the
Well, tell
news
us
the
what
news
you-
covered it, man. Super MC, a lot of people know, is in jail right now for murdering his wife. Man, that shit is hard for me to even say. Knowing both of these two people, man, and like personally knowing this dude, dog, it's just hard for me to understand. You know,
You ain't gonna never understand. You ain't never gonna understand. Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. It's domestic violence been going on so long, but now that we got social media, it's just becoming more
it's-
prevalent. You know, people are just like putting it on the internet.
It's more in our face now.
Because trust me, our great grandmas and great granddaddies, maybe not all of us, but we know somebody
through
that
it.
knows somebody that went through it.
Went through it. Still going through it.
Yeah. There be people in this shit for real, and it's just crazy because it's just like to the point that if you got somebody got you acting out of character, I just feel like that's just not the person for you. You know, to the point that you're literally changing yourself to be with this person or be toxic, or even violence, because it could be sexual violence, it could be emotional, physical, and it's just like there is no avenues for people that are dealing with domestic violence. Like, oh, y'all say, okay, well, yeah, just don't kill his ass or don't kill her ass. Come to police. But then it's like I come to the police and y'all be like, oh, well, you want to press charges? Yeah, I want to press charges if you are strong enough. Or, you know, you're like, yes, I want to press charges on this person.
You basically have to almost be physically harmed with physical proof before the police even want to step in. You can't just be like, oh, he said he was going to pull up to my house. That's not enough for them.
But even
And
then,
then after he already there, it's too late to call y'all. Now he here.
but even then, like, it'd be, you know, pictures and videos of you showing the abuse and the bruises and stuff like that, and you're going seeking help, and then they're like, okay, well, we can give him a restraining order. A motherfucker that's crazy don't give a fuck about no restraining order.
yeah, people just breaking the law don't give a fuck about laws.
Hello.
They not thinking about the consequences at all.
They don't care.
Making tighter laws on people who don't give a fuck and are already breaking the law is
And
pointless.
it's just crazy because I had read something online where it was saying that it said that data from last year of October 2023 that indicate that 40% of women and 26% of men stated that they've had experienced contact, sexual violence, physical violence, and or stalking by an intimate partner during their lifetime and experience an intimate partner violence related impacts. And it's just so true because it's just like you
Yes, sir.
see, it's so sad and it's hard to talk about because it's like when I was younger, I had friends that were with guys that would put their hands on them, and I just never understood like why you stay. Like, why would you stay and be with somebody that you know this is wrong? And then, oh, I'm sorry, baby, I'll never do it again. You just be making me so mad sometimes, and I just lose control. Or maybe if you just act right and do what I say, then we won't have to go through that. And that shit is crazy.
I
to me.
think a lot of that comes from coward men. Men that say that, you know, you just be making me mad. That's a coward man. And then for as far as like women sticking around, women stick around for comfortability. Men like that are manipulative, so it could be, you know, a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they do have resources for stuff like that, but not.
It's limited.
It's not just a click of a button and you know.
Yeah, because you hear so many stories where the parents are on the news crying about how their daughter, because, I mean, I'm not saying men don't have domestic, but it's just more common you hear about women getting killed because of being in domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, well, she contacted the police, she did everything the right way, and y'all did nothing. They said it's only 20% of people that have actually gotten the proper help against a domestic violence. 20% out of 100. So it's that's why people take things in their own hands. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy a gun. If the police not gonna help me, then I'm gonna have to do it myself. Because especially if you got kids.
And that be the sad part is when not only is you putting your hands on a female, but you also got you got kids, whether they're yours or not. You got kids involved, like they're witnessing this, or they are involved in it in somehow.
Yeah, and they getting the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, when you done with my mama, kick my ass now too. And then it's so crazy because a lot of people that have been abused end up becoming the abusers every single time.
I was gonna say, and that's
every single time.
That's actually a strange turnout. I'm not like.
It's interesting that
it's an interesting thing that you like want to dish out what you was given. Like that's a weird way. I'm not gonna say weird, but it's a peculiar way to let out your anger.
It's like a trauma bond.
Yeah,
you watched a man beat the hell out your mama all your life, and you end up being the same thing that you said you would never be.
That you would never be.
And that's crazy because I had seen like a post with this man. It was like this show. His name is Karamo or whatever. People like bring their family. He like a Black Maury pretty much, like a Montel. Was it Williams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that, like the modern day. You know what I'm saying?
Telling your age a little bit. I'm still 21.
I'm 25, but yeah, he was just basically saying like he was like, oh, he don't trust his wife because she done cheated on him multiple times, and he did admit like to him like, you know, yes, I do, I have put my hands on my wife, like, you know, I have, you know, I know it's not right, and I went to prison and this and that, and my kids know like when I'm in my funk, like, you know, not to mess with me. But then it came out that he was the first one that cheated first. So they were just toxic, and he basically was telling the wife like, yeah, you deserve better. Like, it's the fact that he acknowledged and he doing this wrong and he keep on doing it, and you trying to make an excuse like, oh, I was in prison, I was isolated, like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, so if your mom or your dad were on drugs, you're like, oh, well, I just want to try crack too.
Yeah,
like,
and we talked a little bit about that on a previous episode. It's toxic masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Men have the need to want to have control, so that's where that.
Oh my god.
That verbal abuse come in.
Oh yeah.
But then that physical abuse come in, where I think, like I said, it's just a coward to me, because a lot of men who do abuse women, they wouldn't do half the things they do to a man.
Oh hell no.
Let the brother come around.
He'll get that ass beat.
Let the brother come around. They real quiet, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They conservative. Pussy all of a sudden, yeah.
Pussy boy, that's all that is. Yeah, but then it's like, you know your strength. I don't care how strong a woman is. I don't care if she took MMA, boxing classes, whatever. No woman can beat a man.
Oh, to Kai, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading the comments. It's the fact that it's gotten to a point where people joke about it. People swear verbal abuse is not a thing.
Oh,
yeah, verbal abuse is definitely a thing. And then people definitely did skits joking about domestic violence. Even like with Ike and Tina Turner. I'm taking it way back.
And that was traumatic for her.
People have done skits about that. Like, it's not a joke. That was a real story. Like, she was getting drugged through the streets, literally. But
yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, verbal abuse is definitely a thing, and actually can sting more than physical because it lasts longer. After them scars gone, them words still sitting there.
Yeah, because if you don't value yourself as a person, somebody can say something and then they know what to say. And then the thing is when you get with somebody who is a manipulator, a narcissist, a gaslighter, you know, they know what triggers, because more than likely they know that you don't have no self-value. Because somebody that has self-value wouldn't probably even talk to you. The first red flag they see, they out the door. And they know, and they prey on that. And it's just so sad because it's like, you just see more and more now these days, like, you go on the internet, it's so sad. It's like you don't even want to check the internet, but you just can't. Because if it's not on Instagram, it's on Facebook. If it ain't on Facebook, it's on the TV. It's not on the TV, then it's on TikTok.
And the sad part is the first thing people want to do when any trauma is happening is pull out their phones.
And then even just like Keke Palmer, when she got that thing with her baby daddy or whatever, and you know he was upset about the outfit that she wore and your mom and whatever comment he made, and then she put out a statement like she had to get a restraining order against him because he beating her up, and he got on camera, her basically like swinging her off the couch. And people still was trying to, like, question her, like, you know.
Or justify it. Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you know, and I just hate those people.
That's the worst. The justifying it. Like,
yeah. Even with, like, Chris Brown and Rihanna, that man's still going through that. And at the end of the day, like, oh, well, y'all need to leave Chris alone. But the fact of the matter, he's still doing it. The thing is, he's just doing it with women that are not famous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once abuser, always abuser. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to beat the shit out of my woman.
Right.
Like, that didn't come from just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, even for him. And I love Chris Brown. You know, I would never date him, but
as a you know, artist.
you know, as an artist, love him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, you decided to do that. But then on the other hand, you know, you got the people justifying. But it's like, none of us were there. And, you know, and the thing is, it's not always on the man, too. Because there are women that will punk a man because, oh, you not aggressive enough. You a bitch ass nigga. You a pussy. You a mama's boy.
Yeah.
You lame.
Women abuse too.
Oh, you sassy
Yeah.
because you emotional.
Yeah,
you
women
not
abuse too.
You not calling me bitches and hoes and when you mad and you want to fight and be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Because I done talked to guys, you know, in the past, just kicking it with them, and they say like they done mess with a bitch that's crazy that pop up at his apartment and just be out there and type of shit. And he like, oh no, I called the police on that bitch. Like, it's no more. We not gonna argue. I'm not about to go back and forth with you, cause bitch, you not about to have me have this charge on my name, bitch, cause I don't want you no more.
Right.
And females be emotional. The thing is, that's why it's so crazy, because men are emotional too, but women are so emotional. So when it be crazy like shit like that, where women can't take no or rejection, and they think it's okay to be crazy, but that's because that man allowed her to be like that. Because think about it. If you know you not fucking with that shit, like, hey, like, or I don't know what type of, you know, man you think I am, or what type of woman you thinking, but this not that, and you continue to show me who you are, I'm out the door. What do we got? What am I sticking around for?
Yeah.
Because you slashing my tires, busting my windows out, popping up at my mama house. You know what I'm saying? I had dated a guy a couple years ago where his sister and her baby daddy got killed
I'm about to turn Mike off.
in the house or whatever, and because he got a new girlfriend, and the girl came and they had some words or whatever. The new girlfriend, his sister, and the baby mama, they fought or whatever. The girl came back. That shit was all on the news. It was on the east side. It was on 7 Mile. I forgot 7 Mile. We're on East 7 Mile, but yeah, came back with her sister and her brother. They firebombed the house. The only reason why they got caught is because they was shown. It was like a Quick Mart or something like that, like one of those, like, not main, like local, like BP or something, like gas station or whatever. They on camera getting gas on camera, like, at the they closed the this probably happened in, what is this, 2023? So this probably happened in 2017.
It's 2024.
Oh, my bad. 2024, my bad. I still be saying I'm 30 now. I'm
Right.
31. But, like, even stuff like that, it's just so crazy because it's like, when you feed into that toxicity and you done came back so many times, I mean, why would he think that you're leaving? Like, why would he think that? Like,
and it's hard for me to process that. Like, they really be hurt and shocked.
And then it's like, oh, if I can't have you, nobody can type shit.
Fatal attraction.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck about no restraining order, you know? It's like, and they really don't care. So then it's like, by the time it's too late, they dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like the police need to do better. Like, you know, you're supposed to be protecting these people. especially women, like, and kids. And it's like, oh, so I gotta go to prison now because I shot this nigga because he is risking me and my child's life,
Right.
or risking my
For
life,
protecting myself.
and y'all not doing nothing. He don't give a fuck about this restraining order. Obviously, he done popped up at my job, just like them stories last year when that man and that woman, she was at work, she worked at a car dealership, and he came up there and shot her ass in broad daylight.
I don't remember that. But it's so many stories like that.
It's
That's
just,
why I don't watch the news.
I
I'm
mean-
gonna go to the comments real quick. Kaya said women need to go into a relationship knowing their worth, and then she said apparently you're not a real man if you can't keep your woman in check. I agree. It is men that feel like that. Then Tina said I think they think it's cute. Tracy said yeah, watch for them red flags, and then Kaya said I hate that you can't even get a restraining order until you've been physically touched. It's not a
Yeah.
prevention measure. It's a band-aid after the damage has already been done. Exactly. Like, I've seen so many cases where they like, well, he didn't do nothing yet. Like,
or it's more
but
so.
y'all shutting down the school for a bomb threat. That's the same thing.
It's crazy because the police they gonna pull you over because you got a headlight out. But then I've been and sometimes I don't even fucking come. Like, you call the police, I'm dead now.
Mm-hmm.
She dead now. I called you at 6 o'clock. Y'all didn't come until 11.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I don't judge nobody when they take precautions.
Take
and
matters into their own hands.
But it'd be crazy how crazy the system is too, because just like you hear them stories as like national news where the girl ended up killing her abuser. He didn't traffic her for so many years, and because she shot him or killed him,
She
gonna do
crazy.
life in prison. No,
Yeah.
doing life in prison for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So y'all know about the story with Gypsy Rose. This
Yeah.
is a little bit off, but it's with
It's still abuse.
I didn't know
it's
shit
abuse.
about it. I don't know what I didn't know.
Okay, so it's a they made a
couple
story-
movies off of
a
it.
movie, a TV series based off the real story, The Act on Hulu, with the real character Gypsy Rose. Well, she didn't play herself, but basically her mama was giving her all this medicine, making her think she was sick, giving her dog medicine, making her
Told her she
take
had
told
diabetes, and she didn't have
Told
diabetes.
she had diabetes and made her get her teeth pulled, all type of stuff, so that she can collect checks and get all these little breast cancer awareness and
Sick
all
as
this,
hell.
like all these different donations for her sicknesses that she never even had. What is that called? I forgot what it's called. But anyway, she went to jail because she ended up getting
Disability.
her mentally unstable boyfriend to kill her mama. She just got out of jail, and everybody kind of like praising her, like welcome home. And it's a big issue about that.
Yeah, because it's like on both sides. It's like some people are saying like, why are y'all praising a murderer? She killed her mother. She planned to kill her mother.
If she was black, she would have still been in jail.
Oh, baby, she would have never got out. She would have been under the fucking jail.
Or if she would have got out, they would have been doing a riot. Like, how could she get out of jail?
Yeah.
She killed her mother.
Blasphemy. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. It's weird.
It's a sticky situation.
Because I understand why on both sides, I don't really have opinion about her personally because I saw the movie or whatever. But I just feel like, it is what that lady traumatized her so fucking bad. Like, to find out that
Kept
you
her
don't
locked in
have,
the house. Kept her
I'm
locked
in a wheelchair type of shit. Like,
making her
I'm thinking I
paralyzed.
can't, I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, she was giving her medicine to
Giving-
paralyze her.
The only reason why she found out is because she went to go get a
To
prescription.
pick up the prescription, and if she was like, "Oh, this is for the dog. Make sure."
Yeah, and she was like,
"Pick up
"The
your
what?"
dog medicine," and she like, "This is supposed to be for me."
Yeah, like, what?
And her whole time, her mom been giving it to her, and it's supposed to like paralyze you. And
Even
all
her
that.
dad said that when he met the mom, he was 17, she was 23. He did the right thing, married her
That's
or
what it's
whatever.
called, Munchausen.
He married her, doing the right thing or whatever, and then he said he realized like you're not in love with this woman. I'ma still take care of my daughter though, and just the mom crazy bitch.
Yeah, so she said she basically it was a what is it her and the boyfriend went to jail. He's still locked up, but she got out. He doing life, and she just got out.
Because she orchestrated it.
Yeah,
So she ain't gonna get as much time, and because she's a white woman, let's be fucking for real. Like,
that's
because
that's,
if it was one of us,
that's the dress
like
the
you
elephant
said.
in the room.
we would have still been in prison.
That
Period. They
is
would have gave us a
crazy.
top maximum. Like, it would have been not up for discussion. Like, and it's just like stuff like that is so crazy to me because it's like people really be fucked up in the head. Like, really be fucked up. How could you do that to your kid? Because in my eyes, that's domestic violence as well. Because you
that
my
is domestic
sole
violence.
caretaker, like,
She missed her whole. Oh, she lied about her age too. She made her think she was 13. She was really 21.
What the
Like-
fuck? How the hell do you make a motherfucker who's got like? See, all right.
How do you lose count? I don't know.
because she had her
Oh.
doped up so bad.
So-
Oh yeah, that part.
So by the time she was 9 and old enough to keep track of her birthday, she was like, "No, baby, you only 5." Like, what?
Yeah.
Dang, I feel like it's been more than 5 years, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, I'm big as hell to be 5.
But but I roll with it. She ended up finding her birth certificate and it said like she was born in the 80s and she thought she was born in the 80s. She thought she was born in the 90s or something like that. It was crazy, but it was a true story.
Yeah, true story. That shit is like, I'm surprised you ain't seen none of that. That shit is all on the internet. People was standing outside the prison waiting for her
Applauding,
ass.
like waiting for her to get out.
But I just seen that
It was like
Missouri,
Ted Bundy. They was
that's-
waiting on him to get out too.
Yeah.
the state of Missouri, they don't want her in the state. They like physically pushing her out. Like, no,
To move,
baby, you gotta find somewhere else to
need to
live.
relocate.
You causing too much drama to the point that
We
I'm
don't
pretty
want
sure
that
she
on
getting
our name.
death threats. Like,
we don't want that on our name.
Like, we don't condone that. You know, I don't know. I mean, killing your parent is extreme, but then again, your parent saying that you got diabetes and all these sicknesses, and I'm in a wheelchair, and bitch, you
Paralyzing
saying
me,
I'm
pulling my teeth
I'm
out.
12, but I'm really 31.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what the-
she didn't let her eat candy. Like she tried
Nothing.
to sneak and eat candy. She couldn't talk to nobody. She only
literally
could talk
was
to the
in the house
neighbors.
and she was homeschooled.
She used to talk to the neighbors. I think that was it.
Barely.
So going to the comments, Kaya said that's still not as bad as the Blue Eye Butcher. She went to jail for killing her husband who had been abusing her for years because she stabbed him 193 times. I do remember that story. And then the boyfriend got life because he committed the actual murder, but he was in mental. Oh yeah, I remember that. But there, I always think about Enough. Y'all seen Enough with
Yes.
J-Lo?
She kicked that ass, baby.
She trained and
Yeah.
whooped that. I think about that every
And-
time I
and
think about domestic violence.
It's funny you said that because you got the cases where you're dealing with a man that is wealthy, and money talk. You can go to a million people for help, the mama, your mama, the police, and they'll be like, okay, blah blah blah. But if a motherfucker got that cash, you're always gonna be my property. Just like the movie, he was well off. Like, people knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's like a lawyer or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's even worse. He a lawyer. Like, oh, I'm never gonna win this. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna train. I'm gonna kick the dog shit.
Yeah.
I was so proud of her. Like, yes, girl.
When I say I was standing on the couch watching that, like, yes.
Yes, beat his ass
She
the
said,
right way.
Jason said, I love that movie. Yes, that movie. Every woman should watch that, and every woman should take some type of defense mechanism just in case.
Yeah,
I
and it's
mean,
just like,
not saying you're gonna always be exposed to, domestic violence, but you just never know. So
yeah, it's crazy. Cause I just be looking at it like, I get it, the mental part when people be like, well, oh, you dumb, and oh, well, like, why you just don't leave? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you have like a traumatic attachment to somebody, especially if you've never been through it, because I was one of those people like, oh, you dumb, and you let it. And I'm not saying I had a nigga beat my ass, but it was to the point that I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. And I was young, it made me feel like I had daddy issues. I'm like, no, nigga, I talk to my daddy every day. But okay. But it's like when you share like how you feel about like maybe how your parent treated you one time and it made you feel some type of way, it kind of stuck with you, right? Somebody that is a mass manipulator, they're going to prey on that. Especially if they do little shit, because it don't start off the bat they just get to whooping your ass.
I was just about to say it's different steps. First they do the isolation where they try to keep you away from your family and
Yes. friends.
Then they try to make you think your family and friends is out to get you.
Oh my God.
He the only one for you.
Oh my God. I
It's
swear.
different steps, and then that's what the answer was. Or then they start doing a little pushing. Oh, he just pushed me, Then
Yeah.
it turned into he punched me in my eye. Like,
Yeah, because
it's
I
definitely
told
steps,
him,
it's levels.
I told him I voiced, how I felt about a certain situation. I just got the fucking dog shit. You done broke my nose, like. But then it's like people that are like that, they feel like they're not enough. They feel like, they don't have the avenues to get in, further in life. So they're like, I'm gonna deal with somebody. Cause trust me, like I said, money rules. Trust me.
And it's only so much they can do. If you go to the hospital for being abused and you decide not to push charges, there's only so much the police can do.
Yeah.
So they still, can walk away scot-free, basically. Kaya said, and don't let your abuser be a cop. They protect their own.
Oh, baby, I would never date a cop in my life. I swear to God.
That's
A
scary,
cop-
actually.
A
That's
cancer.
a scary situation.
That's funny. Male cancer and a cop. I would never. I would never. They too male cancers. They too damn emotional. They got anger issues, and the guy I dealt with, he was a cancer, and which is crazy. Both his parents were cops. Both of them were cops. He had daddy issues. Daddy left the mama and the kids and got married to a new family. And I asked him when he like tried to like play with me. I'm like, did you get bullied as a kid?
I was gonna say, do y'all think domestic violence always comes from some type of childhood trauma?
Yes.
It's
No
always-
regular person wakes up and say, I'm gonna beat the shit
You know
out of my
what?
life.
I was a cool dude, but I think I want to whoop some ass today. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be.
No
that
one
woman
is
today.
like that. Like, you have anger issues and you
She
feel.
said, "Hey, I'm a cancer."
I like the girls, not the guys, girl. If you know, you know. But like, no, like it's trauma. No one wakes up and says, "I'm gonna just be beating the shit out of every
Something they
person I'm
seen
with."
and been
Like,
building up, they've been.
you got anger issues, and it's like, baby, blame your motherfucking mama. And
I
daddy.
do think that they can start off as a verbal abuser and become
Oh,
a
yeah.
physical abuser. Like they might be a verbal abuser for 6 years, and then the last 20 years they, physically abuse it. So
Yeah, but more than likely, no, they've been beating ass. It
it's
never.
always been.
The thing is, it was both. Like the guy I was seeing, he was both. You know what I'm saying? Us
Physical
calling me
and-
out my
yeah.
name, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me. This,
You teach people how to treat you, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when they begin with the verbal shit and you allow it and don't check it or don't
Yep.
render them consequences, then they're gonna go further
It's-
and further and further, and it's gonna turn into that. You know what I mean? So that's how that snowballs into that. It's unchecked. When they misbehave, basically, you don't check them about it,
or you just go back. Like, why stay? Like, why you leave? You can just stay. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy because it's happening so much. Like, it's a trend now. Like, and then now you got the women now. Like, y'all just beating each other ass. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Kaya said no. People be having great childhoods and still have issues. I don't know if that was sarcastic because I don't feel like somebody with a great. I've never witnessed. I mean,
well,
I don't know about that.
Well, you can-
like, give me an example if you know a
Some people
situation.
some people can inherit them traits just because of the circle of friends that they have. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
come from the family.
That's
Abuse
true.
could have came from coming up
Friends.
in school and being bullied and shit
Yeah.
like that. So stuff
That's true.
that's hidden from the family. You know what I mean?
Think about
just
that.
like rich kids. You looking
yeah.
at these rich kids
They do
like,
be having
why
great-
are you?
That's true.
Some of them they develop a sense of entitlement. You know,
Yeah.
because they come from a good ass family and
Soon
they
as somebody
go
tell
out
them
in
no,
the world. You know what I'm saying?
somebody
They-
say no to them.
Yeah, and it be like a mental type of thing because you can have a kid that's an all-star football player. He done went to the NFL, all type of things, and then he be throwing and knocking his girlfriend. Like that one guy, what's his name? He a football player. When he was on camera in that he was with his baby mama.
Yeah, I know who you talking
And
about.
he was beating her ass. He threw her against a TV on the couch. Was beating her
Oh yeah, I know
ass.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I
I know
remember.
talking
You know what I'm
about. I can't
saying?
even think of the fucking name. I know exactly.
But
what you're talking
it's a lot of celebrities that have
Oh.
been caught in that.
Trust, baby.
Well, celebrities and non-celebrities, but that's been caught up like that. And it's a lot of trauma that ain't been dealt with.
Unchecked
and talked-
trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that shit is crazy with the celebrities because it's like once that news out there, it's out there.
Yeah. And once a abuser, always abuser is what they gonna look at you as.
Yeah,
no
but-
matter which kind of therapy you done went through.
Yeah,
None of that's
you
gonna
only
matter.
change if you want to change, and at the end of the day, I mean, bitch, if all I gotta do is buy you a new Land Rover, I mean,
Oh yeah,
you can be bought
that is just
because that's a lot of things that a lot of women say
a
too.
lot of women
Because
can be bought.
oh well, I'm sorry, and I'm good for like a weekend and a half, and then I do some crazy cheat again or some crazy shit because I took you on a nice date or I stayed home and I came home every day. You know?
But then that come from women with daddy issues.
Yeah.
Some.
No,
some,
I don't
some,
even.
some.
Yeah, but it's women that have great fathers and deal with fuck niggas.
Yeah.
For real. Them are like the
just run
most
across
common
the wrong
ones. Like
ones, yeah.
the ones I applaud the women that have great dads or like really like showing them like this is how a man they have that great father and daughter relationships, but they've all I can pretty sure tell you like majority, probably 80%, if not 95% of women, even though if they had great parents and they know it's wrong, but somehow you justify the man's actions. Oh well, he said he was sorry. Well then, how many motherfucking times he gonna say he's sorry?
That's literally what Kaya just said in the comments. Sometimes all they do is say sorry, and that becomes the magic words. Oh, he ain't mean it.
It's because, and then too, it's like with dating, like when you've been with somebody so long, it's like you become accustomed to the lifestyle to the point that you are not
You comfortable?
the
now.
person you were when you met them because they preyed on that. They knew you were a good person.
They knew
and
your
they said, no,
weaknesses. They knew
bitch, you're
your
going to be how I want you to be. Being toxic, calling my man a bitch, and bitch, that be the first thing you say.
Play mind games.
Like, when I hear couples call each other bitches, like, I be like, that's weird as hell to me. That's weird. And they like, oh, you know, I've heard some guys say, like, oh, well, what's the difference between you and your friends doing it? Kind of fucked me up because I'm like, it's still a negative. Like,
yeah.
but it's not, it's like, females, it's like, okay, like, you comparing a female, are you a female? Because, you know, just like, you call yo nigga, you might, guys call they homeboy, it's like, bitch, man, whatever, nigga, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. They joking.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, but it's like, we're in an intimate relationship. Like, I don't want to, you're a little ass boy.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Like, you calling me a bitch, that's the first thing you go to, not trying to let me stop, you know, you listening to respond, let me see what you saying. Even if you feel like you gotta get to that point, then walk out. But then you got the toxic ass bitches that's gonna follow the nigga out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, you a pussy ass nigga. I literally had a nigga tell me that. Like, a girl was like, oh, you a pussy ass nigga, 'cause you not put your hands on me. And he said that day, he said, never fuck with that bitch again. He said, I'm not going to jail.
And it's been, and that's crazy because it's also been cases where men have been falsely accused.
Yes.
And that's nothing to play with because once that's on your name, like you said, especially with a celebrity, once that's on your name, it's hard to explain that it literally didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like,
Because
you don't play like that.
the system fucked up because they always gonna believe in women. Is
Especially
that
if
Me
you
Too
black.
shit?
Especially if you black.
Oh yeah, he did that shit for sure. They gonna be like, oh no, he did it.
They don't need no evidence. You ain't got to show a hair out of place. They gonna be like, yep, his name is Keyshawn. He did it.
For real though. Like,
Keyshawn did that shit.
it's crazy. Like, it's just that I just feel like if you're going through something, I understand. But it's like, please speak up because your life, losing your life is not worth that relationship. A man or a woman that truly loves you would never, ever make you question yourself. You know, never make you, if anything, they would be trying to, you know, elevate you, you know. But that comes with maturity, you know what I'm saying? If you're used to that, and it can come from a parent, you know what I'm saying? That's why you are. If your mom was calling you bitches and you ain't gonna ever be shit growing up and you gonna be in prison
Right.
like your brother or end up dead, you know, that's what you're gonna feel about yourself. And it's gonna carry
That's all you
on
gonna think
to
about.
your kids, and now you're abusing your kids. And just gonna keep on going.
Tracy says some women are afraid to leave in fear of the man. In fear of the man possibly hurting their children, especially if the kids aren't his.
Oh God, just like
that
oh boy,
story actually did happen, like in the
oh boy,
summertime.
yes, that retarded ass
that
nigga.
wasn't his kid that he killed because she
And you left
him.
your kid with her, like, and then you killed a baby,
That's
nigga.
a
Like,
real story.
that shit was crazy as hell. Like, you're mentally ill.
And that's why women, I think, I don't know, I'm not an expert at this, news flash, so don't think I'm Cleopatra or anything. But look for the red signs and get out while you can, because don't wait until, like the police say, and you already got, you know, marks and bruises. Wait.
That's the problem, man. We give people the benefit of the doubt
Yes.
and we make the excuses in our head, right?
Oh, he ain't mean it. He was just
you know
No.
what I'm saying?
drunk.
That's really who he is.
That's-
It's not even that he
When they
didn't
show
mean
you,
it. Like
believe
he
him.
meant, like we're gonna like I ain't gonna say we, but you know, excuses are made in the person's head and the victim's head on. Like they even blame themselves sometimes. Oh well, I deserved it, or you know, what I mean, he wouldn't do it if he didn't love me and all of that, or for whatever reason, they accept the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get to a point of understanding that either you're gonna stop it, or it's gonna stop you.
Yeah, and it'd be so sad. I be hearing that, like, it just be breaking my heart because it's like, and then you doing it in front of kids, like, that's fucking them up. And the thing is, like, it can go two ways. Either you love the hell out your mom, or you hate your mom because you looking like, why would you let somebody do that to you? Now it's fucked me up in my dating and my attachment to friends, and you know, I can't even get close to nobody because I'm so fucked up over this.
I was watching Rollo. I think it's not Rollo. What's the other one?
I know his friend Gil.
Gilly.
Yeah.
Gilly. I was watching the podcast and he was saying, like, it used to be a time where kids was off limits. Like, literally, kids was off limits. So now, like, you killing kids or exposing kids to all type of stuff
Yeah,
at young ages. Like, when did that start?
man, and they be drunks. They had an ancient parent, especially when And then abandonment issues too, because
I guess when
Trauma
the kids,
just being passed
when
down.
the kids that grew up under that barrier, supposed barrier of protection, right, where the parents is protecting the kids from seeing certain things and being involved with certain things. These kids inadvertently sometimes still seeing these things that they're trying to be protected from, right? So now they grow up into people who like, you know what, fuck it. Why even try to put that hedge of protection around my child? You know what I mean? Because they're gonna end up experiencing and seeing it anyway. But it's just the integrity of it all, of creating the atmosphere where this shit is for kids and this shit is for adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We live in a world now where it's like it ain't even no boundary. It's like it ain't even no parental stamp on shit no more. We got the kids can tune in, pick up the remote, turn fucking TV on and see a man sucking another man's dick and shit, watching
Right.
Valley and shit. Like that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying to me? Like we don't have no.
Because I remember
and the standards. We don't have no standards, man. Like no more, man. In the world, period.
people be too thirsty. Like everything don't need is not meant for the internet. Like it's just not. Like I just be looking at people like, baby, this can't be worth the check. Like you telling your whole business, like, and then it be like some women that like do it for awareness because it's like I see posts like that, like you make the long post and you out the man and da. Me personally, I'm just not gonna say shit. I'm gonna move the fuck on and try to heal the best way I can. I just feel like everything is not for the internet. And if you want to be an advocate, you know what I'm saying, then start to look at nonprofits or, you know, support groups and stuff like that. It is revenues and it's easier said than done. And we still got a lot of work to do. But it just ain't no protecting our women and our kids. And it's just so sad when kids end up being everything they hate. Like we always talk about.
Yeah.
And it's just like the news don't make it no better. Everybody nosy as hell. They don't really care that your sister got killed. Baby daddy came and killed her.
They just want a good story.
They want to be
looking for a
nosy.
good story.
Like, yeah, that's my cousin. Her sister, you know, she like cousin too because I grew up with her. She was dating a guy, whatever, and she broke up with him. And this happened when I remember because I was going to Specs Howard at the time, so that was in 2011. And we just got a phone call like, yeah, you know, Daphne passed away. She got killed or whatever. This nigga, pussy. I don't say pussy because he was a pussy. You couldn't take the handle of rejection. Oh, if I can't have you, nobody else can. He came to her house in Southfield, and they actually lived, her mom, when she moved, you know, and the kids or whatever, they moved like really close to Specs Howard, which was so ironic. Came to her house, she opened the door, shot her ass in her head in front of her kids. Then, so they called the police because they seen them or whatever, but you know, police, you know, Southfield gonna come a little bit quicker than Detroit.
Right.
When they got there, they got in a pursuit. Bitch ass nigga killed herself. Why you just ain't begin with that?
He didn't
Like,
have to deal with the consequences of it.
like, cause he's a pussy.
Coward.
Because
That's a coward.
why not just kill yourself?
In the comments, Tina said, I stand as a victim. I stayed because I never blamed him. I blamed myself. My mouth was so slick, I talked myself into ass whoopings. But one day it was a light that came on, and I realized me blaming myself enabled him to avoid accountability.
Oh yeah, because there's no accountability. Yeah, I'm not saying like, and I agree. Like, you know, it's not all blame the man because you're the one that stayed. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, don't blame yourself. You know, I think you live and you learn.
First thing is, don't be the type of woman. I guess the first thing that we need to focus on as far as her comment is, don't be the type of woman that provokes that type of shit out of a man. You know what I'm saying? That makes him want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But don't feel like you can't be vocal either.
Yeah.
Like,
No. That's nowhere near what I said. See what I'm saying? How y'all see how women take one thing and they
It
start
ain't
stretching.
women, no, it's
but
Rihanna.
women, that's how women think though. That's exactly how women think. Y'all take some shit and stretch it into that's not what I said and shit. I mean, but so yeah, that's the thing. You know, don't be one that provokes a man to put his hands on you. You know what I mean? Hold yourself accountable for what you do to, and I'm not saying by any means
Like antagonizing.
that by any means that even that is a reason for a man to do that shit. But like this, you know what I mean? Just know what you know.
I get what you're saying.
In the situation like what we're talking about, you know, it just happened this week. You know, a little known fact is that the abuse was mutual between those two. You see what I'm saying? And while this woman was an advocate for domestic violence, she was actually a contributor of it herself. You see what I'm saying? So like you have to hold yourself accountable for your actions in a situation like that. Like sometimes it's not. I ain't gonna say sometimes it's not all the other person, but shit, that's the truth. You know what I
Yeah, or
mean?
it could be a trigger. you know, for the other party.
But then on top of that, though, you got to know when to leave. On top of that, that's the bottom line of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When to prevent yourself from being into inserting yourself into that type of environment.
Yeah, because you already. I
You got to
mean,
know when to remove yourself.
Yeah, because you definitely it doesn't make you feel good. Like, you know it's wrong, and it's like you love that person, but they do not love you. They love you in a fucked up, toxic way. You know, because love not supposed to hurt.
They want you. They want that control of you. They want you to themselves.
Yeah, and then it's like they don't even really give a fuck about
They
you.
love the idea of what it is that you can do for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they love. They love them.
They want to keep you
They
around
love
for
them
that.
being. They love you being there for them.
Yeah, because
They don't love you.
Yeah, and they're never there for you. Like, they're never there for you. You didn't sit there and let a nigga run your damn credit down. You can't barely get nothing. You gotta get shit in other people's name because you didn't. Oh, well, he said that, you know, if I did this for him, that, you know, he gonna pay
Got
me
you
back.
turning your 200 to 2,000.
Yeah, and now you about to get you indicted. And then he like, oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna hold you down. That nigga floating, baby. He is not holding you down in prison. And it'll be a lot of females that do that. I'm not going to jail for one. And I damn sure ain't going to jail over no nigga.
I'm not.
I'm
I tell
just-
people that all the time. Don't commit no crimes around me. That the police
Don't tell
have
me
to
shit.
ask me.
Exactly.
I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Because they ask, they might find out. They might find out. Not even going to lie to you.
Yeah. See, like shit like that. When females be like, oh yeah, I held my nigga down, or he held me down. Girl, he probably got focus now. Like, you literally got felonies. You got indicted. You
Can't
in the
even get
feds.
DTE no more. Can't get DTE.
You can't do shit over this ain't shit
Can't
ass
get a
nigga.
credit card.
Like, cause it's just like rare, and I'm just always gonna say men because it's just rare you hear men going through that type of stuff. Because you gotta think I'm not a man, but I just feel like men, if they don't say nothing, they like feel like people be like, man, you let this bitch control. You went to the police, man. You can't handle
You
this
soft,
bitch.
You snitching.
You sassy.
That's right. That's the new word. Nah.
For real, men can't do nothing. Men can't be emotional. They can't say how they feel.
Yeah.
Because
I talk about that all the time.
women
like,
gonna be like, oh, he's gay.
It's good to hear y'all say it.
I hate
Good to
that
hear
for
y'all say it
men. I
because
really hate that for men.
we can't have standards
Nothing.
about shit. Right?
Don't be too opinionated. You sassy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then it's like, and then don't have no opinion at all because now you a nobody, you're brainless ass nigga.
Right.
You cold.
Yeah.
You got
You a
communication
lame
issues.
and-
Cold,
You know
you
what I'm saying?
cold hearted. Right. You got communication.
You a dog.
issues.
Yeah, all of that type of shit, right? Yep.
That's great. Man, the world is so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
on every level with being a man, dog, like
Yeah.
we can't do shit.
I feel for y'all.
I do feel for y'all because, like, literally, just like Reese said earlier, like, you done got into some shit. You done got accused. You done went to jail.
If you're not everything that a woman wants you to be when you want her to be, then you an ain't shit ass nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I said this shit
You
before. Like,
broke ass nigga.
why is it when a man, right? He got himself together. He wealthy. He taking care of a woman and shit. He's being supportive of the woman and shit. He's supporting and shit. But the roles is reversed and shit. And the woman is taking care of the man. He's a broke ass, lame ass, bitch ass nigga sitting at home
That's
letting
true.
the bitch take care of him and shit.
I think it's levels to that. You know what I'm saying? It's levels, and it's on both sides because you do have females
It
that
don't- listen,
will
it
milk a
don't-
nigga. Like, milk him.
It don't. The man can be going. He can go to work every day. If this nigga if this nigga spend more time at home than she does, and she makes more money than him, he's a broke ass, lame ass nigga. that's
And
sitting at home.
let's get into that. I'm glad you said that money thing because like women want men to be the breadwinners. They want to be able to sit home and just, look cute. In a realistic world, and you look at the economy and let's like do some calculations, like it's not even a whole lot of job opportunity or career opportunities rather that allow for that many men to be that successful to where that many women are sitting around. Somebody got to get up and work. Not every man you run into is going to make $70K plus
$100,000
a year,
A lot
off
of
rip,
women-
or at least not
100.
off rip. Like you gotta build, y'all gotta
So
build that. Why not
so
put
you
two
even have
70Ks
an
together?
unrealistic expectation and projection for your man or your life or you just want an illegal dope dealing ass,
Yeah.
scamming, scheming ass nigga
yeah.
that ain't gonna really give a fuck about you.
And they gonna dog your ass the worst. They definitely gonna dog you the worst.
In every way.
A lot of women feel like all it take is to have a pussy and a stove.
Yeah.
And
And that's all they need to bring
And then
to the
half
table.
of them ain't even got the stove.
Because I was like, half these hoes don't even cook.
Hello.
And then guess what? Half of these hoes ain't got the pussy. How about that?
Yeah, for real.
This worth a nigga keeping.
You ain't even got that.
So you see,
You
yeah,
ain't lying.
it's difference between helping your partner versus being used. You
Yeah.
know, it's a difference. Now, it might be where your partner is when you met them. They weren't their best, but I feel like you shouldn't be dating at all, motherfucker. If you ain't got your shit happy, if you ain't got no car, or if you ain't got like no money. Cause I'm not gonna say live at home, cause shit, life happens, and if you are blessed enough to have a parent that will let you, you know, come back home and get your shit together, then I understand that. But at the same time, it's like you always fucked up, baby. It's been 3 years now, baby. It's been 5 years. It's 7 years now. 10 years.
Right.
I gotta work extra hard to support you. Like, so if I gotta do that, then motherfucking the house better be spotless.
And then if I come into a situation, I am the breadwinner and some shit happened and you ain't working and now I didn't got laid off. Now we just both looking stupid.
Yeah.
You ain't bringing in nothing. I ain't bringing
Because
in
they're-
nothing. Now we begging the government.
And I feel you, Mark. I
Fingers
feel
You either gonna get a nigga with the time or the money.
Yeah.
You
And
ain't
then
gonna
they
get
be mad. Like, and then that's all I understand with women. You know.
You want a ready-made man, but your ass has got to be mixed and stirred and fucking
But
fried
Mm-hmm.
and laid to the side. You got to put on a whole goddamn costume and shit to come outside, but you want a nigga to be ready-made just like you. What the fuck is...
But it's crazy with females because y'all sit there and say y'all want a nigga to make this much money, but then cry when, oh, he's always at work. Well,
You only
I'm
gonna,
providing for
listen,
my family.
if he gonna have the time or the money. And nigga that got the money ain't got the time, and nigga that got the time ain't got the money.
That sound
Yeah.
like a song.
No, that's Big Meech said that shit. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's, like, it's just crazy because it's like, what do you want? Like, and I understand, but the thing is, people do make time for what they want to. Now, bitch, if he just never sees you, then he don't like you. You know, he don't like you. You
That's
know,
just
everybody
the
makes
bottom
time,
line.
even
Move
if
on.
it's
Move
for
on.
an hour. Hey, let's get some lunch, and I'm tired or so, but I want to see you.
Yeah.
They're gonna make the
Before I
effort.
go to sleep, let me.
But it's just all these requirements, like, oh, he got to do all of this. And then when it is roles is reversed, social media, the world's going to look at him like, oh, you're a stay-at-home dad.
I mean, but don't get me wrong. It's okay to have standards and have your certain,
Mm-hmm.
you know, requirements of a man. Yeah, if you want a man that makes $70K, you better be bringing something to the table.
But that's what they're not doing that.
Have a plan for if y'all.
They
if
don't got
that
shit
70K is
even
gone,
close to
have-
that.
Yeah, have something, a brain in case you know we need to come up with a business idea.
Exactly. Like, you know, you got the guys or, you know, the men that are, you know, the leader of the household, and they like, you know what? Like, you know, I got the bills, you know what I'm saying? But keep the house up. But bitch, don't even do that. And I feel like sometimes that's not even enough. Like, yeah, you could take care of the household and kids like that, but then, you know, a man, just like a female, want to feel needed. I feel like a man want to feel like, hear his woman say, like, hey, baby, you had a good day today. Let me come here. Let me rub your back. Let me, even if I am tired, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like you expect him to notice you and tell you beautiful, but he busting his ass every day. And I'm not saying or knocking and saying anything less that you're doing, but it's more so I feel like men need to be loved on too. They need to feel like, well, damn, I had me a fucked up day today.
For a
Like,
woman, for a man to say to a woman that he wants the same thing that a woman wants out of a relationship,
He sassy.
he sassy.
Sing it with me.
He gay as hell. He gay.
sing it with me, ladies. So that's the problem and shit. You know what I mean? Like y'all want shit that's like y'all don't even expect to have to give back. How
Yeah.
dare you want the same thing
Yeah.
and shit that I want, even on the same
Even
level?
though I'm human
Oh,
and
now
we
you want to
bleed
be
the same.
equal with me, but all the time women is fighting to be equal with man and shit. But then
Yeah,
we
you ain't
put
never
your
been
ass in the motherfucking ring with the man and shit. And I don't just mean the boxing ring.
How dare you
Right.
be a human with a heart and have emotions at the same time? Like, how could you?
Yeah, it's just shit crazy. It's like, it's so
But women
retarded.
claim that the men are the heartless ones.
Yeah, and you do have people like that, but then it's like, well, yeah, I can't be vulnerable with you because it's always going to be turned about you. Like,
Now, granted, now I know that there are women that understand and shit.
Yeah,
It's not,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not
It's
saying
not
that
all.
this
We
is
know
all
it's
women,
not
but
all.
just the general consistency
It's some
of
successful
women
relationships
Yeah.
out there.
out there is that these things that we saying, about men as far as what women think. Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen this clip where this guy and his wife went to this therapy session or whatever, and the wife they was like, we having marital problems or whatever, and I feel like I'm not a man, but at the same time, I just feel like it's hard for y'all to express y'all feelings and be when y'all do have the courage to be vulnerable. Especially if you've been told your whole life, like, oh, men are supposed to cry and be emotional, that's soft, blah, 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 because that's just old school type of shit. That's how their dads told them that's what it is to be a man. It's like, so when I finally tell you and you listen to respond, he basically was like, yeah, like, I'm unhappy because you don't listen to my feelings. Like, when I do finally get the courage to talk to you about how
Women
I feel.
are very inconsiderate in relationships.
Yeah.
And I agree, because it's always me, but then it's like, well, that's why I don't never say anything to you about how I feel, because you never take accountability.
See, here's the thing. And then the thing about it is, it'll always get deflected and turned back around.
And that's what she did.
Into what you don't do for me.
And that's exactly what she did. And she was like, well, what about me? Like, what about, and the therapist was like, wait, hold on. And asked her, whatever her name was. And she was like, listen, hold on. She was like, what you just say? Like, to the wife. And he just, like, kind of sitting there, like, feeling defeated. She was like, when so-and-so, we'll just say Anthony, when Anthony told you about how he felt, the first thing you said was, yeah, but what about me? You not even listening. You not even taking accountability that he's literally telling you why there's a disconnect in the marriage. Yeah. Like, I feel like there are things that I need that you are not giving me. Yeah, I'm not going to cheat on you, but when I'm telling you, I'm literally telling you, asking me, be honest with me. And then when I'm being honest because you don't like it or you feel like you're being attacked, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I understand. But, and I'm guilty of doing that. You know what I'm saying? And my dude done told me, like, it's okay to be quiet sometimes. Like, that's why I don't say how I feel, because you get so defensive. And I had to kind of check myself, because I'm like, this is somebody I love, and it's different. It's different when your friends tell you, you know what I'm saying, versus your partner, because this is the person that you're with 24/7, you're intimate with. Y'all have a way different relationship than you have with your mama or your dad or your friends or your cousins or whoever, you know what I'm saying? So I really had to deflect, like, reflect on myself, like, listen, like, don't take it offensive because he's telling you because he love you, you know what I'm saying? Not as a dig, and that's women, period. Like, but it's just the ones that never take accountability for it. That's the problem, because women will cuss a nigga out. We broke as hell and we got this and I'm working hard as hell. You not doing nothing. And it's just like, okay, but let him say that to you. Oh, he would have been the worst boyfriend and husband in the world.
Yeah, now you breaking down and doing all this extra.
Now you being victim, and it's like,
you're a victim now.
Some men are more vocal than some. Some people are more, vocal than others. Some are more passive and let shit go, pass and slide, than others. So it's like and then it's like you taking advantage of this person that is not as vocal and not calling you a bitch or a hoe or cussing you out or giving you that same energy. Like, oh well, bitch, I'm a broke ass nigga. Then let me take an extra dig. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't even my type when I met you.
Right.
Like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Since we speaking our mind.
For real. Like, it's just crazy. It's just taking accountability. And that's for anything. If you contribute to this man, especially if like, people have anger issues and that your spouse is trying to walk away. He don't want to be arguing, punching holes in walls, and keep on antagonizing him. Oh, you deserve it. Because now you have turned into the abuser. You are mentally abusing him. Shit don't feel good to a man to hear his woman call him a broke bum ass nigga because she mad because of, oh, she didn't get that purse or them shoes, or oh, he didn't get the shit. Because one thing about a female, we can say what we want, but majority of females, they want a nigga to do that shit right then and there, right now. And if you ain't doing it, you a broke ass
find
nigga.
Somebody else to do.
And
nigga,
I'ma tell that nigga, and I'ma dig.
And I'ma tell the next nigga how you didn't do it.
Okay, I'ma hoe you, and I'ma fuck that nigga because he got money. You broke ass nigga. I been fucking with rich ass niggas. You broke ass nigga. And it's like, yeah, but they treated you like shit. Dogged your ass. Now you dogging me like I'm lame.
Then when you get with a nigga like that, get with the regular nigga, right? It's, oh well, yeah, I'm used to niggas that got me this and get me that, but
Yeah.
don't forget about all of the bullshit, them knocking your ass out.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
was
So
knocking
and then
your head
if
was
that's
You
right,
begging.
if that's the case and shit, if you got all of that from him, then go back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Go
a-
back where you
Don't
came
use all of that shit as leverage to try to
Yeah.
get some shit out of me.
That
Because
shit's
guess
toxic.
what? I don't give a fuck because you didn't earn any of that shit out of me.
and then it's
Okay,
crazy.
you
like-
didn't. You don't deserve. And I'm just saying. I'm gonna say it like that because just walking into the fucking door, you don't deserve all of that shit. You have to earn shit. It's like women want men to earn all that. Yeah, you. What the fuck you think? You just got to get shit coming into the door.
Coming in with
the
your hand
first
out.
motherfucking week. The first day I'm supposed to take your ass on trips and all of that shit, or even show you that I can do that shit.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck that
You ready to
whole
see
that
my
whole
bank
first
account
day,
on the first
that
date?
whole first that list of where not to go on the first date?
Got me
That's
fucked up.
everywhere to there and lower is everywhere to go on the first date.
Exactly.
The fuck are you
exactly.
talking about?
Even down to the
I'm not about to
liver roll.
inject no kind of steroids. I say this shit all the time. I'm not about to inject no steroids into the relationship and get you accustomed to some shit
that I can't keep up
And-
with for
it's
one.
not, that I don't want it, for that I may not want
And
to
that
keep
ain't
up
me.
with,
That's
that
not-
you didn't
yeah.
deserve and shit. I hate to take your ass out of town to find out that I don't like you.
Yeah.
I hate to go out to
Exactly.
Bitch,
I'm not
I
about
hate I hate to take your ass out to dinner and be spending $250 on a damn plate
Right.
to find
Yeah.
out that I don't like you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
If I
I don't
can
like how
spend
you
time-
chew.
If I
like,
can spend time with you doing nothing and enjoy
Just
the time with
thirsty
you,
as hell.
if I can spend time with you and do nothing, right, and enjoy the time that I spend with you, then I know that I can spend time with you and enjoy it doing anything. So we're gonna do nothing first and see how much we enjoy that
Yeah.
time.
Let's
We're gonna
meditate. Let's
We're gonna
meditate.
sit on the fucking grass and
Yeah.
eat a
Right.
sandwich.
and
And
look
watch
at the,
the
look at
river.
watch the squirrels.
And
Like,
then,
for real.
we gonna. What the fuck is you talking about?
No, but I feel you though, and I'm that type of female. Like me personally, like I don't need to go to fucking Ruth Chris. Like, nigga, we can go to somewhere anywhere. Like, I'm the type of like I'm a vibe. I like to like let's chill. We can go bowling. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, but like I don't give a fuck about going to no fancy ass restaurant for some mid ass food.
Right.
I'm gonna be the one to tell you like, hey, like I remember I went on a date with a guy. And he was doing like, he was trying to stunt on me and shit. Like, I don't think he was trying to stunt, but he was trying to like imply he got money. He like, oh yeah, you want to go to Somerset with me? Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Cause we was going on a date. He's like, oh, I gotta stop and get a belt. Didn't even get the belt. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck did we come here for? But all right, I get it. So we go to Ocean Prime, and he like, yeah, I'm about to make us a reservation for Ocean Prime. And I'm like, yeah, we don't gotta go there. Like, we can go somewhere else. Like, and he like, well, you know, that's what I like, and that's just what type of person he was. Like, he was like, no, this is one of my restaurants. Like, you know, I like this restaurant, and it was good. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was low overpriced. It was good though, you know. But he was like, you know, get whatever you want. He didn't expect nothing. But it's just like you got men like that. They don't give a fuck. They just like, well, I like Jay Alexander's. You know what I'm saying? That's like where I like to eat. But it's the bitches that be feeling like, bitch, you're not even going to these places.
Right.
Now, if you want to decide to take me, hey, let's go or whatever. But don't it be the bitches like, oh, you don't have no money.
They
like,
come in with their
baby,
hand
my
out.
mom always told me since I was a kid, 16 years old, always have your own money. Oh, it don't matter. No matter where you go, have your own money. I don't give a damn if a nigga say he got you for life. Have your own money when you go out. And it's just like videos where you see where, I don't know if y'all seen that video where that guy was like, yeah, I think they was out to eat. I think he like tested her or some shit like that. And he was like, yeah, I'm not paying for this meal if you ain't sucking no dick.
Oh, wow.
I seen that shit. I feel like that
And she
video
was
fake.
so mad. Like, she was so,
I would be too.
but the thing is, she said she left her wallet at home. Bitch, why would you leave your wallet at
No.
home? You don't even know
See,
him.
shit like that made me feel like that video was set up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That
like
some-
it was
a prank.
staged.
Yeah, staged like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
A lot of them do.
But it'd be stuff like that though, where female or the female, bro, when the guy had finally, she had been holding him or whatever, and she finally went on a date and she got like 100 oysters.
Oh, I did see that.
And it was so crazy because, like, first of all, ew, bitch. Why
That's a lot of
you
oysters.
eating? Why'd you eating 50 oysters?
I like oysters, but I can't eat that many because the texture is
Bro,
weird. And after
she
a
all like,
while-
yes, I'm about to go with this nigga. That's
Oysters, right? And that's the most seafood. See, that's the thing I said. Like,
fishy.
man, if you got a funny name or you smell funny, I can't eat you.
Oysters I just would never. But then
That's
she got like
women,
50
that's
of them.
food, whatever it
And
is.
she
Scoop
made-
laughing because she called it and shit. Like,
Man, I was like, bitch, you fooling. And the thing is, that nigga left. He said, I'm going to pay for the first one, you know, the first 2 orders, rounds of oysters. But yeah, bitch, you on your own because you got me fucked up.
50? How much was that? I'm curious.
I think the bill was like $250 or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
And they had guy drinks and shit, but it was like the fact that she made a video like, yeah, I guess I'm going on a date with this nigga that's been blowing me up to take me out. About to milk this nigga, basically. She all on the camera banging them bitches. I'm like, that cool got me. SeaWorld. SeaWorld, not for real. Fuck.
SpongeBob and Patrick down there.
No. Yep, that's what I said. Funny name or funny smell and shit.
Oh, Cheese Factory female. Like the Cheese Factory girl. Like, you made a whole TikTok about you mad because the nigga took you to cheesecake. Why do you think that that's my thing, is the audacity. Why do you feel like you deserve to even get taken
out? You are a
out?
whole cheesecake, bitch. Let's go to the factory.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
You a cheesecake ass bitch. Let's go to the goddamn store.
Like,
bitch, this is where you belong.
Like,
this is the store where I got your ass. You cheesecake.
And cheesecake is decent. The food not that great, but it's a decent restaurant. The ambiance is nice. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why do you think you deserve to be taken out to Ruth Chris or Eddie V's? Like, what do you? Because it's like you want to. I just don't understand females that do that. Like, you go on a date just to get taken out to eat, you broke ass bitch.
They think they get that shit they think because they got a pussy and shit.
Yeah.
And then the fuck around turn out that they ain't even got the pussy that they think they got.
Or the nigga ain't got the money he got. It's just a facade.
Yeah, that's.
He just perfect on the internet, or he cheap as hell.
That too.
Like, oh yeah, I got all this stuff, but yeah, not to spend on you.
Yeah.
I tell bitches all the time and shit, like, this shit that you see that I have represents the money spent, not the money that I have in my pocket and shit. Like, so don't look at me like, what the fuck, though?
No, look at me.
Yeah.
So, we talked about domestic violence and
it is a whirlwind.
And
being bought,
and being toxic and being bought. One of the main points is just being holding yourself accountable. Like, be fucking for real, first off, but hold yourself accountable. Look for them red flags.
Always.
What else? We talked about a lot.
And even if you are, my best advice to you, if you are going through a situation like that, then go talk to somebody about it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easier said than done, and it'll take time. But it's like, your life is not worth losing it over a man or a woman that is fucked up. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, the situation, because love is not supposed to feel like that.
Nigga Soup, man. Oh my goodness. I just feel horrible for my boy, dog. That shit is just crazy. Like, you just threw your whole shit away, man. Your son, you don't see your son no more. Your mama, nigga.
But some people be so fucked up in the head, like, they don't even care about that. Like,
no, he cared.
That was overkill. That was overkill.
In that moment, that was temporarily insane, dog. He lost his mind. He already is on the fucking spectrum and shit. Like I've been saying all the whole time, man. It's just so fucking tragic, dog. I just can't believe that shit. It's crazy. That's crazy.
17 times is extreme. That's overkill.
17 times is mind blowing.
Like, she was
for
already,
me to know that
she was already dead and he kept stabbing her.
Like, I'm tired of shit that you normally see on TV happening to people that I know in my fucking face. Yeah. This shit is fucking me up over and over again. This shit is.
Yeah, we can tell. It's crazy, and it is. You're right. It definitely hit home when it's somebody you know, because it's like, especially if they are vocal about the situation.
Yeah. But
then to actually see, like, that was the outcome, and you, like, in your mind, you said, and it's just, it's just tough. It's a tough situation, but it needs to be spoke about, and it is, but it's just happening too much. Like they said, it happened so much last year. I forgot what the percentage was, but it happened, domestic violence ended in tragedy and death. So much, even in Detroit alone, and then those are just the stories that are on the news.
And that's just Detroit.
You know?
But people need to just stop pulling these phones out as the first resort and start calling somebody for help. Or
situation like I had a friend or whatever, like one of my best friends at the time, like her baby daddy had money.
Don't wrap it up after this.
Yeah, he had money or whatever, and he was buying her. You know what I'm saying? That's when they first had her first daughter or whatever, and he had first got into a fight. Like, he came there being weird. They had got into it. He got a fight with his best friend or whatever. He loved to be a center of attention or whatever. So he was one of them type of niggas. And he basically was like trying to buck at her with the baby. and her hand on the porch. Oh, I stepped right on in like, oh yeah, nah, my baby. Like, I ain't gonna say I can whoop you,
Not
but
on my
nigga, I
watch.
will go and get a motherfucking chair and clock your big ass. Cause you not about to be all in her face like, oh, you on his side, you on his side. And
Just trying to
bucking at her
dominate, yeah.
while your daughter, I don't give a fuck if your daughter was in her hand. You not about to, whatever she do with closer, that's what y'all, you not about to hit my best friend and I'm just gonna sit here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just not. And it be situations where the couples get into it and they argue and the nigga beat the fuck out of the girl and then I just don't understand how a grown man could be in another room. I don't give a fuck about let couples do what they do.
Grown man, another
You're
grown
seeing
man
him socking her, beating her ass,
and you sit there.
and you just sitting there like, oh, that don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
You pussy too.
I question people like that too.
You pussy too. But yeah,
Please.
end of the day, you know, get out.
Get out
Ask
while
for
you-
help.
Get out while you can, for sure.
Get the legal, you know, just to have it on file. I know sometimes, a lot of times they don't like seem to care, but at least if you do have to end up killing a motherfucker, you got that shit on paper that you did something about it first. Not condoning violence, I'm not saying kill somebody, but at the end of the day, you got to do whatever you got to do to protect yourself, and just if you can try to prevent it, do it before it get that far.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here.
Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next time.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Nasty Production.
7 Mile Radio.